Hello everybody, it's been such a long time and I'm very happy to see you here and I'm very happy that you're here in this video. And my name is Zim and today the video is going to be about why does my energy leak? Yeah, I'm going to let you know 15 ways in which our energy, your energy, my energy, our energy is leaked. Yeah, I think this is a very big topic in today's world. First of all, I would like to express my appreciation for the fact that I still somehow managed to have more subscribers than I had when I shot my last video, and that was maybe 4 or 5 months ago. And yeah, I took a hiatus, but still I managed somehow to have more subscribers. It's actually not me, it's you guys. So thank you very much for sticking around and believing in myself. So thank you. I'd like to give credits to people from which information for this video was compiled. It is Sergey Finko and Mikhail Ageyev. Yeah, these two people. And also I got a lot of information from trend surfing, reality trend surfing, yeah. Also, if you would like to skip to the summary section or the most important points of this video, then you can find them either all around me or in the description box below or in the progress bar here, yeah? So let's dive into the 15 reasons or the 15 ways in which our energy is being leaked. And so number one, the first way, and it's not that the first one is the most important, yeah? They don't have a specific hierarchy. So let's start. And number one is giving too much attention to the things outside of ourselves rather than giving attention to ourselves. So that means that we are actually used and we're trained and we're actually programmed to take energy from the outside sources, just like TV, for example, or food, yeah, or talking to other people, rather than from the inside, yeah. And that is one big reason why you don't have that much energy. You're always relying on outside sources to feed you, yeah. And anytime when you're doing the thing where you're supposed to take the energy from the inside out, like meditation, for example, or journaling, for some reason you don't have that much energy. And it's kind of tough for you. And also when there are some things that are going to allow you to go to the next level, then you're feeling like I don't want to do this because starts to create this mind of yours starts to create a list of reasons why you're not able, or you cannot do this, or it's hard, or you're lazy, or come on, you couldn't done it 10 times before, then what makes you think that you can do it right now, yeah? So any excuse in the book. But actually you're able to do this. The thing is that you are programmed to take the information and take the energy from the outside sources. And there's a really nice example where, let's say that you are doing something all day long and then you're tired. You cannot be bothered with anything else, yeah? But if there's an emergency, if let's say the troops of the so-called enemy comes into your neighborhood, yeah, what are you gonna do? Are you still gonna be lying on the couch? No, not really. You're gonna be mobilized. Somehow, you're going to be able to find this energy inside of yourself. So where does this energy come from? Was this energy before that, before these troops were there, or before something like an emergency happened, like let's say an earthquake or a tsunami, for example? Then somehow you have the energy to run away, yeah? How is that possible? That before that you didn't have this, didn't have this energy. Well, the thing is you did have the energy, but you just somehow believe that you didn't have it. Or let's say you have a friend that just discovered a fantastic show that he or she really wants you to listen, to watch, to just dive into it, yeah? And to absorb it. And then guess what? Now all of a sudden you have the energy, even though before that, like 2 hours ago, you were just trying to write your dissertation or whatever was there that you needed to do for yourself, yeah? When it comes to you working for yourself, then you don't have the energy. When it comes for you to postpone things, or when or when you don't want to take responsibility and just forget about everything, now suddenly you have all the energy in the world. How is that possible? Well, it's possible because you've been programmed, just like probably every one of us, to take the energy from the outside source. And when you the mind actually has this type of mechanism that it's like a reflex. Before, just like Pavlov's dogs, right? Before they were eating the food, they started to salivate, because of the sound of the bell. So just like that, their body was actually making them prepared to eat the food. So when you're doing something where the energy is supposed to be taken from the outside, your body is getting prepared, yes? So somehow the subconscious mind actually assigns the energy to your body to be able to do this thing that is going to allow you to take even more energy, because you think that this is probably the only one, or the best, so-called best source to take the energy from. But the problem is that this is not the best source of energy by any means. The best source of energy is always going to be inside. And you are never going to find anything that is remotely close and remotely as powerful as the source that you have from the inside. And you probably notice yourself that this type of happiness, so to speak, or this type of excitement is temporary. You watch a show and then it's not enough. You need to watch another show and another show and another show. And it's the same with food, or the same with anything else. Like, you need to consume more and more, and it's like never enough. And it's always like you're never there, basically, but you want to be there. And you are kind of having like small glimpse of being there, but you're never really, really there. Whereas when you're working from the inside out and you're doing stuff like meditation, let's say, or you're doing journaling, including the gratitude journal, these are powerful tools which are going to allow you to activate the resources within and be actually happy, to take the long-term happiness, not the short-term excitement type of high happiness, right? And another thing that I would recommend is to find your why. Find the reason for why you are actually waking up every single morning. What's that reason that keeps you going? Why is that important for you to wake up every single day? Just please respond to this question for yourself, to yourself, honestly. And this is going to allow you to let go of these distractions, because these distractions are actually taking away your energy more than they're giving. If you actually do a Excel spreadsheet, and then see how much energy they've actually taken and what they've given back, you're going to see that the balance is it's not balanced at all, right? Where you're going to be giving way more than you're going to be taking back. And does that seem fair? I don't think so. But you can decide for yourself if this is what you want to do. And by the way, I do not mean that from this day on you need to become a monk and just forget about all excitement in life. This is not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is just to find the middle ground. And I'm sure that you understand what I'm talking about, the middle, the golden point, basically, the golden ground, a point where you're not a monk, unless this is what you want to do, and you're not a person who relies solely on outside sources of satisfaction, outside sources of happiness. Now, the second reason is that we lie to ourselves and we don't live the way that our heart actually wants us to live, our soul wants us to live. We feel the right way to live, but we for some reason don't listen to its wise guidance. So our body is like an antenna, like a radar or like a GPS. And if you are very careful and very self-reflective, and you're taking the time, like just to take a deep breath and then listen to your heart, listen to your body, like what do they have to say. And I'm pretty sure that most of the time, if not all, every single time, your body is going to know the right answer right away. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure that it knows the answer right away, but for some reason, because of the programming, or because the body is not clean enough, yeah, you cannot really always be able to listen to its guidance easily. But it's possible to change it, and it's worth it. Here's what I mean by not listening to your heart or not listening to your soul. Let's say, for example, you're in a party and you're drinking. You're not drinking. You're having other 9 friends that every single one is drinking, and you're not drinking because you promised yourself you're not going to drink, and they're forcing you to drink. So your heart is actually telling you, no, I'm not going to drink anymore. Yeah. Your mind, though, is the opposite, is relying on the opinions of other people, and relying on stereotypes, and wants to be included, and wants the approval of other people rather than the approval of yourself, right? The most important approval out of all. And because of that, you're drinking because of the peer pressure. Well, not because of the peer pressure, because of your reaction to the peer pressure, yeah? Because the same peer pressure is not going to work on other people that listen to their heart. Or, for example, you feel an internal positive impulse, right? To give somebody a gift, to gift somebody with something. And, but your mind is going to be like, oh no, you cannot afford it. You don't have the money. The economy is really bad. What are you going to do if you're not going to have any money after that? And blah, 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 right? But inside in your soul, you feel like you want to give this gift to the person. So listen to your heart, because this is the thing that is going to allow you to eventually take more than you give. Or let's say it's a job that you don't want to do, but you do it because you need the money, but you hate it. You hate it inside. So when you wake up, you can 50% can just go to resisting this type of job, because you're not doing it out of your heart. And we're not talking about the job that you actually need to take in order to survive for a little bit of time. I'm talking about the job that is comfortable, but you know that it's not good for your soul. Whereas the thing that you actually enjoy, it's not even a job anymore. It's not even work. It's more like flirting with somebody that you really like. After a date like this, you feel invigorated, right? You don't feel drained. So it's the same thing with the thing that you actually enjoy, with the work that you enjoy, which is not work anymore. It becomes from work, becomes play. Now, the third reason why our energy is leaking so much is that we do not understand ourselves. We don't have the knowledge of who we are. And we might think that we're just this body, or we have this identity that somebody else actually labeled us with, yeah? So you might think that you're just a small person because your father or your mother told you that you're nothing, that you're just dirt, that you don't deserve anything. And then guess what? With repetition and time, this got ingrained into you so much that you think that this is actually your identity, this is who you are. Because, didn't you demonstrate your inability to cope with life's challenges for the last 10, 15, 20 years, yeah? And I mean, this is one of the ways that our brain is trying to justify why we should continue to think that we're nothing. But this is not the case at all. You are what you think that you are, repeatedly, yeah? So you can just decide that from this day on, you are somebody else. And not only that, because deciding is not enough, you have to work on your vibration. You have to work on your energy as well, to develop it, to let go of the old beliefs, of the old programming, of the old traumas, of the old people actually as well, because there are people that keep holding this trauma there, right? And the problem is when you have a low self-esteem and when you do not understand that you're actually a spiritual, eternal being that does not die, that cannot die, that wasn't born and cannot die, right? So you never have to ever worry about death anymore. But when you do not know this, then it's basically, let's say that you have like this physical space reality, right, where you cannot see many things. But then if we switch it, right, and then we become the spiritual environment, yeah, in the spiritual environment, everybody is as big as they think of themselves, of who they are. So if you think that you are nothing, that's basically like somebody wrote on your forehead, like you are nothing, or I am not, let's say I am nothing, right? I think that I'm nothing. So in that type of realm, I'm going to be, I am nothing. I am a victim. Please hit me, abuse me, and never talk to me again. Yeah, just treat me like dirt. This is basically what's going to happen. In that case, I'm going to be attracting these types of people, these types of environments, yeah, these types of circumstances. And you are going to be attracting, and everybody actually is going to be attracting this type of thing if we have this type of mentality. But the moment we start to believe that actually that's not the case, we can just change the way we look at ourselves, and we can just cultivate it. And how do you cultivate it? You just bask in it, yeah? You just think about it more and more and more, and contemplate and contemplate. And the more you think about it, like you probably heard that wherever energy goes, energy flows, yeah? And anything that you focus on grows, and anything that you're any direction you're going, you're building momentum. So it's going to be growing and growing and growing. It's just a matter of time and dedication and discipline to giving your attention to this positivity mindset of I am basically an eternal being that can take care of myself and can decide whatever identity I want to have. Whereas in the past, you might think, oh, I'm nothing. I'm nothing because my father left me when I was 3, or my mother told me that I'm nothing, or something else, right? So please take care of this and make sure that you know who you are. Because when you know who you are, then others cannot tell you who you are. Yeah, they cannot change the way you look at yourself. And this is actually how manipulators are able to manipulate you and other people. How do they do this? By changing the way you look at yourself, by making you guilty as well. But guilt is not going to be possible. It's not going to be possible to inject guilt into someone who knows who they are. The fourth way in which our energy is being taken is that believing in the programming, actually, that we are supposed to be the same. That's not the case. We're not supposed to be the same. We are unique spiritual beings. And you came here to be the original you. You're not supposed to be the carbon copy. Control C, Control V, right? Or like a copy paste type of material. This is not, that's, first of all, it's going to be so boring if everybody is the same, right? And I understand that it's kind of tough to be different, but you are naturally different from everybody else. So wouldn't it be better and wouldn't it be in your best interest to actually start to manifest it more and more? Because you're going to feel more like yourself, and you're going to see that your courage is going to be growing up, basically like a tree. You're going to be blossoming, yeah, bit by bit, or maybe actually quite fast, because for the first time, maybe in 10, 20, 30 years, you're going to be feeling like you are yourself, and you've been actually playing someone else's game all your life, and now you can create your own game. And if others want to join you, great. If no, also great, because you don't care, because you found yourself, found your ground, found your base, basically, yeah, your fundament. So don't be afraid to show yourself. We need you. Please remember that we need you. We as people in general, we don't need more of the same, because we had enough of it, right? The world is changed by people that decided that they don't want to be the same anymore, as others are just like zombies are telling them, oh, you should be like me, you should think like me, you should eat like me, you should clothe like me, right? You should everything do like me, just be my copy, my clone, and only then I'm gonna feel good. But do you want to spend your life being like everybody else to make them happy? It's not even making them happy, because they don't even understand what they're losing by making you into themselves. But when you start to, you know, not even resist them, but just not take them seriously and become yourself, then maybe you're going to create something new, some new technology, some new music, some new painting, some new whatever, right? That the same people that actually wanted you to make into their carbon copy, they are going to be enjoying, and they're going to love you for that. And they're going to think, wow, why did I want to make you into me? Because otherwise you would not have opened up this talent of yours. And I am 100% sure and 100% convinced that you are having a talent. Everybody has talents, right? So please develop this talent, because we need you. I'm gonna repeat this again. We need you, okay? Now, number 5 is a secret one, but we might not even think, we might underestimate the power of it. It's the power of negative thoughts. Negative thoughts are not just, you know, you're feeling bad and then you're just swearing or something, and then it just goes away and nothing happens after that. No, not really. What you're doing is you're basically radiating some dirt, some negativity, and this is the thing that is going to come to you, because this is in your energetical field. Yeah. So this is your responsibility now. You're the one that is putting it out there, and you're going to be the one that is going to have to deal with the consequences of it. And negative thoughts are one of the leading, probably, causes. I would say they are the leading cause of all diseases, and probably the leading cause of all wars. Because wars are probably, I think that wars are just fighting between one people's beliefs and other people's beliefs, and they have just different interests, and these beliefs do not match with each other well, and they both have egos. They do not listen to their heart, but they listen to what other people say, to their ego, right? And then they fight. And again, these negative thoughts, if you just eliminate them, then all of the other problems in your life are going to be resolving automatically, one by one, just by you changing the thoughts. And why is it so? Let me explain it to you through a formula, and it is this. So, interpretations are our thoughts. Thoughts are just the way that we see the world. You can see one thing in 10 different ways, but if you choose to see it in way number 4, let's say, as opposed to other ways, then this is going to give you the exact emotions that the interpretation number 4 will elicit. So interpretations create emotions, and that influences your actions. What steps are you going to take, yeah? And that will determine your results. So that means that your thoughts, and in this case is going to be negative thoughts, so negative interpretations, are responsible for your results. So therefore, if you want to change the results in your life, change the thing that creates these results, and they are interpretations or thoughts. Change negative thoughts into positive thoughts. Now, number 6 is we give too much importance to things that are not actually that important. And I'm gonna make another separate video just on this topic, but here I'm gonna be quite brief. So basically, importance is one of the things that makes our life basically hell. And we don't even understand how much obstacles we put in our ways just by making something seem more important than it actually is. So in our life, just in front of us, everything that you see in front of you and around you, Nothing has a plus or minus sign. This only exists in our mind. So everything that you think is positive or everything that you think is negative, well, from now on, you can also think of it in another way, as all of it is just neutral. And they all exist, they have the equal right to exist in an infinity, infinite amount of lifelines, basically, right? And when you think that something is extremely important for some reason, then you are disturbing the natural order of things. And just like the body, for example, if it's going to be too hot, it's going to start to, shiver. Or if it's too cold, then no. If it's too cold, you're going to be starting to shiver. Or if it's too hot, you're going to be starting to sweat in order to equalize it. Yeah. The same thing in the actual world. When you start to think of something as extremely important, then there are going to be other powers that are going to be trying to eliminate this importance out of your life. And the fastest way to eliminate this importance is to not give you that thing that you think is important. So this is one key. If you want to achieve something, stop thinking about it as something important. And then you're going to notice that for some reason, it's going to be easier and easier for you to achieve this thing. Now, number 7 is complaining. Complaining is a big no-no. You know, these people that they are in a group of people, and this group of people starting to say, starting to complain about one thing, and then the second, and then third thing, and then the most important complainer, so to speak, is the one telling you, oh guys, come on, this is nothing. Let me tell you how bad my life is. And now they start to say everything that happened to their life, starting from when they were 3 years old, and all the worst things happened to their life. And this type of thing really eats away your energy. And even though it seems like now you have more energy to speak about those things that happen in your life, no, not really. What you're doing right now is you're feeding some dark structures that are invisible, but they're still there. Yeah, they're giving you a little bit this hit of excitement, but they're taking away way more than what you're getting back. And I will not talk about these creatures or these structures in this video. I will make another separate video just for that, because this is a big topic. Now, number 8 is when you are saying the word sorry more than it's necessary. And I don't mean let's say in Canada. As far as I know, they use the word sorry way more than it might be necessary, right? But that's not the one that I'm talking about, because for them it's just a cultural thing. So this is just being polite. But I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about people that feel the need to be sorry for the fact that they exist in probably every situation that they come into. Yeah, they walk like this, and they talk very slowly, very softly. Just, yeah, as if they have no right to have a different posture, to speak confidently, as if they have no say and they don't deserve for some reason. Yeah, this is the type of sorry that I'm talking about. And this type of probably guilt that they're feeling, yeah, not undeserving type of feeling, is going to be attracting exactly that. People that are going to enjoy when others are sorry for their own misbehavior. So manipulators, narcissists, people like that, right? Now, number 9 is when you devalue your work, devalue your worth, basically, and you say it, you do this with this specific word or this specific type of mentality. You know, when you do something for the person, and then the person is like, thank you very much, and when you say, and then you say, not at all, yeah, or, oh, come on, that's nothing. No, that's not nothing. This is your energy. This is your life force. And when you say that this is nothing, not at all, right? You're basically saying that this is garbage. This is like air. This is like dust. This is like dirt. And you basically devalue yourself. And when you do this, notice how you feel, but actually it's going to be hard for you to notice it just from one instance. You have to, it's like a numbers game. You have to do this 30 times or maybe less until you feel like you don't deserve. Yeah, it's way better to say, "You're welcome." Yes, for sure, of course. It was my pleasure, and I'm sure that you would have done the same for me. Yeah. This is the type of answer that you could do, that you could say in order to increase your value. Now, number 10 is to be content and to never want to change from the situation that you are in. So basically, maybe you worked hard and you were in school, in high school, and then the university, right? And then you got the job and you have the stability, but then you don't want to do anything with your life. That's not a good idea, because you never stay still. You either grow up or you go down. You're never at one point where you're going to be just staying still. What you can do is just go up, and then when you are very tired, you can take hiatus, right? You can take vacations and just take a rest. But this is just going to be until a point where you feel like you devolve, like you are not growing anymore, and it's going to feel like it's stale. So it's just basically like water. Water always has to move somewhere, right? Because if water is stale, it's just going to start to smell, right? So the same thing happens with the human evolution. Like, we always need to go somewhere. We always need to flow. And if we don't, then we don't just stay still. No, we actually degrade. Now, number 11 is when we are choosing just specific friends or a specific group of people around us that are going to make us feel like we're smart, or make us feel like we are rich. Yeah, people that are not going to be challenging us. And that's not good, because you're not going to be growing. And again, your energy is going to be leaking. It's a very good idea to find people that are a little bit better than you in some type of way. You can be good in some other way, and you can teach them as well, so that there's like a mutual exchange. But nevertheless, they should be people that can sometimes annoy you, challenge you maybe to see the world in a different way. Yeah. And actually push your buttons and see what you're made of sometimes, and wake you up to the new ways of dealing with the situation that you're dealing with. Because otherwise you're just gonna, again, you're gonna be like this stale water that is not gonna grow. So you need people that are gonna give you uncomfortable questions sometimes. You need people that are gonna challenge you. You need people that maybe are going to be on your nerves a little bit, yeah? But in a good way. They want to increase your level. They're not doing this because they enjoy doing this, right? So if you notice that in your group you're the smartest, you're the richest, you're the something else, then it's a good idea for you to change the group, and or maybe to add somebody else in the picture. Now, number 12 is procrastination, and procrastination can be a serious obstacle to you having a big amount of energy, and it can leak and it can eat your energy a lot, to the point where you just wake up and 50 or even more, 60% of your energy just goes away to something else that you didn't do yesterday or the day before. So the problem is when you do not finish the thing, maybe not finish, but you just told yourself that today you're going to be doing something, and then you didn't do it, and then you're feeling like, oh, I should have done this, yeah? When you do this, then the next day when you wake up, you're still doing this, because your mind needs closure. And you're not having this closure. You didn't give this opportunity to get the closure. And the mind doesn't stop. It's just continuously doing it. If you're not doing this physically, that doesn't mean that your mind stopped stop doing this as well, because your brain is just continuously processing this information and it cannot solve it without you actually doing it. And that means that your whole your mind for the whole night, you're going to be thinking about this, and when you wake up, of course, you have less energy because you think, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that. And therefore it's good for you to finish what you set out to do today. Do it today. And you probably noticed that when you have these monkeys on your shoulders, like, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do this, and there's something that I didn't do yesterday, then it's impossible actually for you to be in a good mood. It's impossible to be concentrated, to be focused, and also it's impossible to be courageous. The 13th thing that can take away your energy is always agreeing with everything other people say, including with some bogus statement. Yeah, something that you do not agree with. And when you don't stand your ground, because then in that case, your subconscious mind is basically like a bookkeeper of everything that you do. And when you do this, then you're actually showing yourself, showing your subconscious mind that you're not worthy. That your opinion is actually not worthy of being voiced out. Yeah? That you can... and I'm not talking about the cases where people are not healthy, like mentally, and they can say stuff like the sky is violet. And in that case, you don't have to debate with that person, yeah? But I'm talking about other moments in your life where people are actually forcing you to believe something, and then you're just afraid to voice your opinion because you might lose your job or something like that, and you can even compromise your own values because of that. And when you do this, you're basically betraying yourself. And when you're betraying yourself, your value goes down in your own eyes. Your reputation of yourself, your image of yourself is going lower. And the image of yourself is a very big factor that determines how much energy you've got throughout the day. And when you have a low self-esteem, low self-image, then of course you're going to have low amounts of energy. The 14th thing is allowing other people to take decisions for you. You know, there are people that do not really like to take decisions and like to basically let others control their life, because that's actually convenient. And why is it so convenient? Because in that case you can be a victim. And who's a victim? A victim is a person who can blame others in case something goes south, in case something doesn't work, in case something is broken. Yeah, well, I didn't do this, this person made it, so that I'm not the one to blame. They don't want to take responsibility. So when others are taking the decisions for you, and when you want others to take decisions for you, you're not taking responsibility for your life. And when you don't take responsibility for your life, you cannot be happy, healthy, and you can forget about having a high level of energy. And now number 15 is a bad attitude towards your health. And by health, I mean physical health, spiritual health, emotional health, mental health. When you are not taking the time to take care of this body, of this machine of yours, of other bodies as well. I'm going to make a video on the other bodies as well, right? But you got to be able to sharpen the saw. In the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey, the 7th, the last actually, habit is to sharpen the saw. And it means to take care of yourself from all different angles, so physical, spiritual, mental, and emotional. And if you do not do this, then your energy is going to be low. If you don't make sure that you're having enough exercises, yeah, or if you're not eating the proper food, or you're having enough sleep, that's not going to work out. And you're going to have a low level of energy, yeah. If you're not stimulating your mind, then your mind is going to be if you're not stimulating your mind, then you're not going to be used to thinking a lot, and then others are going to be able to influence you easily. Yeah, you're not going to be able to think critically as much, and then others are going to be able to just change your opinions faster than otherwise. Or if you do not take care of yourself emotionally, for example, you don't journal by the end of the day, for example, or by the end of the week, yeah, and you just store these emotions, then your life is just going to be a mess and hell and chaos, because you're going to be basically a walking minefield, yeah, because anytime when something might happen that might trigger your emotions that you didn't work through, then you're going to be reacting the same way when your father, for example, was yelling at you, and you reacted like this. Then every single time when somebody else is going to be yelling at you, you're going to be reacting like this, because you didn't take care of your emotional health. And this is very important. You have to take care of this health, and you have to make sure that your basically pipes, yeah, your pipes between you and your higher self are clean. These pipes, these channels are clean, because only then you can live the life that you want to have. And you have to, because also only then you can have the right amount of energy. The right amount of energy for you to achieve whatever you want to have in your life. Because this is the type of life that you want to have. A life full of joy, full of happiness, and a feeling that you accomplished your mission, whatever that mission was in your life, yeah? And the more health you have, the more energy you have to accomplish whatever you want to accomplish, to accomplish your mission. Alright, so thank you very much for watching this video. I really appreciate you watching it until now. And I hope you enjoyed, and this was an informative and useful material for you. And so if you have any questions or maybe suggestions, then please leave a comment down below. Or if you have some other maybe reasons or ways in which you feel that your energy is leaking, and then please let me know in the comment section below. It's always interesting to read your comments. And yeah, I wish you all the best. And also, if you have a friend or someone in your family or someone that you know that you think that this information might help them, then please share it with them. Also, if you like this type of content, then consider subscribing for this channel so that you can check out more videos like this. This channel is going to be more of an esoteric channel, so I'm going to be talking about chakras, intuition, the power of thought, and different topics like this. It's going to be quite interesting. And so if this sounds like something that you would like to check out more, then please subscribe for this channel. And I wish you all the best and have a good one. And here's the summary section. All right, bye-bye.